Eddie, welcome back to Broadway and welcome back to the Tony Party.
Thank you. It's so wonderful to be here. So thank you.
I love, I saw you in Red, and that was sort of your first big moment. Won a Tony for that. This is very different.
Yeah.
We get to see you as the MC. I don't know if back then I would have guessed that you'd be coming back doing this.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would have either, honestly. But yeah, it's
but this is almost, because you did it in London first a few years ago, it's almost become like in my eyes, almost like a passion project to bring this to Broadway. Is that how it felt for you?
Yeah, it absolutely has. So this is something that I've been working on for 7-8 years.
Wow.
And I'm a huge lover of cabaret, and I've seen some extraordinary productions. And for us, we felt the only reason to tell it again, this story, is if you can bring something new. And Rebecca Frecknell, our director, has a beautiful take on the world with these issues that piece encompasses of women's rights, LGBTQ rights, how those things are being stripped away now, and that there is, although the piece is very much embedded in the 1930s, it also resonates loud and clear to where we are at the moment, and so it's been a thrilling thing to work on.
It's also an outrageous turn, so it's so fun to see you. This take on the MC it's wild.
Oh well, for me, the MC doesn't. The MC exists it was a creation of Hal Prince and Joel Gray's, and it doesn't exist in Charles Isherwood's book. And for me, he's almost like the Greek chorus. He starts as a kid, almost like a puppeteer, and shapeshifts his way through the evening, that just when you feel like you've got a handle on him, it's gone again. And then he becomes, rather than being the victim, he sort of is in some ways the perpetrator of the thing, and playing the different incarnations of him is really joyful.
You've been able to sort of launch an incredible career after your first Broadway triumph. What does it mean to be back emotionally, and what does it mean to just also be a part of this Broadway community? I always like, people like you, when they start on Broadway and then they get to do these great things in Hollywood, I always remind everyone, they're ours. That's a Broadway person. Just don't forget that. Eddie Redmayne's one of ours, and now you're officially back. And what does it mean for you?
You're not wrong. I mean, what Red, that production, gave me, I'll never forget. And I think winning the Tony Awards, I was auditioning for My Week with Marilyn at the time, and I think that night, the winning the Tony Award was something that shifted it in a producer's mind, and so it really was incredibly important to me. And for me, though, that the contrast, being lucky enough to be able to jump between film and theatre, it's so wonderful, because those two things inform each other, and quite often people say, but go back to theatre because that's the real thing, and it sort of retrains your muscles, and it absolutely does. But also, I think film also, because the camera sees so much, you can't push too much. And so often I think when I haven't done theatre for a while, it kind of brings something else in when I go back onto stage.
What about being a part of a Broadway company? That's always exciting to have that family. Every night you're going to the Kit Kat Club with this family and you're doing this show every night. What is that like for you?
It's the best part of the job, and the company on Cabaret are the most glorious, beautiful group of humans. And the whole process, the rehearsal process, because what the piece is about in some ways, or our take on it, is, rather than the Kit Kat Girls being a sort of generic group, it's about the individual, and it's about the power of expression, and each cast member has brought their whole selves to the piece, and what a treat to get to meet this extraordinary team. And they've been so kind as well, because although I have done Broadway before, I haven't done musicals. And all of the lessons and the tips and the support has been immense.
The camaraderie is just one of a kind.
The camaraderie is through the roof, and quite overwhelming, actually. It's been, and part of the process has been everyone talking about or bringing themselves to it and being vulnerable, and that's been a real treat to witness.
Are you excited to go to the Tonys? And I'm assuming we're going to get to see the MC on TV.
Oh my God, I don't know about that.
A little
but
performance,
wow.
maybe.
What the Tony Awards are unlike. They are the greatest award show. I've only been once, and it was just, you know, Broadway does a show better than anyone in the world. And it is that night I will never forget. And I'm one of the great things about being nominated is getting to go to the award show.
Yeah.
That is so exciting.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Nice to see you.